Alright, I am continuing my 2001 A's Mariners game from the last video. We're now in the top of the fifth. Game was scoreless till the bottom of the fourth. Cameron led off with a walk, stole second, made it to third on a catcher throwing error, and then Martinez was able to get a ball through the infield that was brought in. So that scored Cameron with the first run of the game. And that's where we stand in the top of the fifth. 1-0 Seattle. Freddie Garcia still pitching for the Mariners. He's only given up a hit batter and a walk so far. A's looking for their first hit of the game. And we got Garcia against Long. Long grounded to second in his first at bat. And let's just get going with this game. We got a 10, which is tough right-handed. Tough right-handed on Long, and a 9 is going to be a strikeout. And that is Freddie Garcia's fourth K of the game. And there is one out for Tejada. And Tejada is somewhere. Where is Tejada? There is Tejada. So Miguel Tejada, he grounded to second in the third inning. He's 0 for 1. And we got a 9 in play right-handed and a 70. That's too much. That's just going to be a grounder to second again. So he's grounded to second twice. 2 out, nobody on. And that'll bring up Hernandez, who was hit by a pitch last time. And Hernandez is right there. Is Ramon Hernandez. And the pitch is an 8. That's a tough right-handed. 17, and that's a strikeout. Fifth strikeout for Garcia, and he is through 5 without giving up a hit here in 2001 Oakland, Seattle. So we're going to go bottom of the fifth, and we're going to get Mulder back in here. Mulder is on the mound, and leading off it's going to be Bell. David Bell leads it off. Bell is 0 for 1. He flied to left in the third inning. Mariners lead at 1-0. And we got a 5-1 to 6. That's a patient left-handed. And a 58 is going to be too much for David Bell. 58 left-handed is too much, so that's going to be a fly to right for the first out of the bottom of the fifth. That will bring up Wilson. Dan Wilson singled his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. Pitch from Mulder. 4-3 is a 7 in play left-handed. 54. That's too much. That is going to be a grounder to third. So 2 out, nobody on. Big time pitcher's duel here. There have only been 2 hits in the entire game. Edgar Martinez got the hit through the drawn-in infield for the first run, and Wilson's hit is the only other hit. We go to Guillen, and he's over here. Just bring him up. 2 out, nobody on. Guillen flied to right his first time up. And we got a 5, and that's in play left-handed. But that's a 5, and that is going to be a base hit. So Guillen gets a base hit off Mulder. Third hit for the Mariners. And that is a bloop into right field. So runner on first. 2 out. Guillen, not much of a runner, so he's going to stay at first. And that's going to bring up Suzuki. So Suzuki gets the AB with 2 out and runner on first. Lefty-lefty battle. And we got to look out for the 30 wild pitch from Mulder, but that's an 88, so we're going to go over about that. 11 is a tough left-handed. 88 is going to be too much, so that's just going to be the third out of the inning. That's a grounder to second. And Mulder is through 5. He's only given up 1 run. He's also pitching well. It's 1-0 Seattle through 5 innings. And now Oakland is going to try and get a hit here off of Freddie Garcia. He's not had much luck so far. Bring Garcia back up. And Menachino leads it off. And where is he? Good question. Where is Menachino? There he is. And he is 0 for 1 in this game. He flied to left. There's a lot of 0 fors on Oakland's side of things. So Garcia pitching, and we get a 6. 6 is tough right-handed. And we got a 37. 37 is going to be a strikeout. That is number 6 for Freddie Garcia here in the 6th inning. And there's 1 out, nobody on. They will get to the top of the order now, and Johnny Damon. So Damon will bat. Damon is 0 for 2. Grounded to second and grounded to short. 1 out, nobody on. And pitch from Garcia is a in-play right-handed. In-play right-handed 6, and that's a double. There's the first hit of the game for the Oakland A's. A 5 in-play right-handed to Johnny Damon, and a 6 is a double. That is a double down the line in right field for Johnny Damon. And he is now on second with 1 out, and the A's have their first hit, and they now have the tying run in scoring position for Jeremy Giambi. So runner on second, 1 out, and Garcia is going to deal to Giambi. Garcia finally has to deal with some base runners. And we get and there's no wild pitch again. We're looking for a 30 wild pitch. 7 is patient right-handed, though. 97 is way too much. Oh, look at that. Giambi went all the way up to 94 on patient, but a 97 misses him. And a 97 is a fly to right. Now, with that being the second out, there's no reason for Damon to try anything. He can score easily from second on a hit with 2 outs, so he's going to stay at second. 2 out, and that's going to bring up Jason Giambi. So it's up to Jason Giambi. Garcia will pitch to him. He's pitching well. Giambi has grounded a short, and he has walked. So it's going to be Garcia to Giambi. Runner on second, 2 out. Can the A's tie this game up? No wild pitch. 3-5 is an 8. Tough right-handed. And a 95 is too much. 95 is just a fly to right. And Garcia is able to strand Damon at second base. And this game stays 1-0 going into the bottom of the 6th. The A's get their first hit, but they cannot score. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th. And got to bring up Mulder. And who's leading off? Cameron leads it off. Cameron is the only run-scoring player in the game. He has walked twice. His second time, he stole second, got to third on an error by the catcher on the throw on the stolen base. And then he scored on Martinez, hit through the drawn-in infield. So we got 1-0 bottom 6. Cameron leading off against Mulder. Cameron's been on twice. Mulder trying to get him out for the first time. We got a 9. It's an in-play left-handed. And in-play left-handed 98, that's going to be an out. That's a fly to left. So Cameron retired for the first time. 1 out, nobody on, and it'll bring up Edgar Martinez, who drove in the only run of the game so far with that base hit. Edgar Martinez was a great hitter. And he will face Mulder here. He is 1 for 2. He did bounce into a double play in the first inning, but then he got the big hit. And we got a 1-3. That's a 4. That's tough left-handed, and that's a 19, and that is going to be a strikeout. And where are we on strikeouts for Mulder? 1. That is only his second strikeout of the game. So only 2 strikeouts for Mulder, but there's 2 out, nobody on here for Olerud. John Olerud will bat. Olerud is 0 for 2. He's flied to center twice in this game. And we get a 5 in-play left-handed. In-play left-handed for Olerud. 29 is just too much, just outside his range, and that is going to be a pop-up to second to end the inning. So we are through 6 innings of this pitcher's duel. It is 1-0 Seattle. We're going to go top 7. Jermaine Dye is going to lead it off for the A's. And we just got to find Freddie. Did I pass Freddie? I did pass Freddie. There he is. Pitching a one-hitter here in the top of the 7th inning. A's just got their first hit in the 6th. It was a double from Damon, but he was stranded. And they are going to try and get on the board here with Jermaine Dye. Freddie Garcia deals. And a 5 is in play right-handed. In play right-handed 60, and that is too much. That's a fly to right. And there is 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. What a game so far from Garcia. Seattle does have a good closer in Sasaki in the bullpen. They also have a couple of good other lefties and righties. They got Rhodes, Nelson, Charlton. So Mariners got a bullpen if they need it. Chavez will bat here. 1 out, nobody on. And here's the pitch from Garcia. And a 6 is tough right-handed 88, and that's going to be an out. That's a grounder to second. 2 out, nobody on here in the 7th as Garcia continues to deal. And Long will bat. Terrence Long is 0 for 2. He struck out last time up. And he's going to try and get on with 2 outs here to get something going for Oakland. Garcia trying to prevent that. That's a 6. That's a tough right-handed 72, and that's going to be the end of the inning. That's a grounder to short. 1, 2, 3 for Garcia here on the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time as we go to the bottom of the 7th with Seattle leading it 1-0. Boone going to lead it off for Seattle. And we are looking for Mulder. He's right there. And Boone for the Mariners. I'm going to actually be playing some actual cards and dice today. I'm going to try and film 2 games today. I got record 2 games today. I got a strat game from 1924 and a replay game from 1962. I'm going to try and get those games done today, actual cards and dice. But right now we're playing a little A's Seattle here on the off the computer. We go bottom 7, 1-0 Seattle. Boone leads it off against Mulder. And we got a 5, and a 5 is in play. There's been a lot of in play off Mulder, but they've been mostly outs. Here we got in play left-handed to Boone and a 74, and that's going to be an out. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. 1 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 7th for Martin. Al Martin, who doesn't actually hit lefties very well, but I put him in the lineup anyway because I made these lineups really fast, and normally I would not have even played him, but that's okay. We got a pitcher's duel here, bottom 7, 1 out, nobody on. Martin is 0 for 2. He struck out and popped a third, and he'll bat. We got a 7 in play again off Mulder, so they're getting the ball in play, but again, Martin has nothing in his left-handed in play, so 53 is going to be a ground ball to third. So there's 2 out, nobody on for Bell. David Bell, and it looks like Freddie Garcia might have to try and make this 1 run work as Mulder has been tough as nails as well. 2 out, nobody on for Bell. Bell has flied out twice, once to left, once to right. And we got a 5 in play, left-handed, 92, and that's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Mulder. Fly to left field. And we're going to go to the top of the 8th inning here. 1-0. Seattle leads it. Garcia trying to make this shutout hold. And he might not have any choice because the Mariners aren't doing much against Mulder either. Garcia, and top of the 8th, we're going to have Tejada leading it off for Oakland. Miguel Tejada leading it off. And then it's going to be Hernandez and Menachino. Let me just take a quick look just to make sure, just to get an idea of whether I'm going to want to do any pinch hitting this inning. We do have some guys on the bench from the left side. Hernandez. Will Hernandez bat this inning? He's got pop. He'll probably bat. And then Menachino. Menachino is right-handed, but he hit 203 against righties. We might pinch hit for Menachino. All right, so let's go to Tejada. just to get an idea of what I might want to do here from a managing standpoint. It's Garcia against Tejada. Let's see if they get anybody on base. Tejada's going to bat. And the pitch from Garcia, and that's a 10. That's a tough right-handed, 83, and that is the first out of the inning. It's a grounder to short. 1 out, nobody on. Going to let Hernandez bat, and then we'll see what we want to do with Menachino. Hernandez against Garcia. Hernandez was hit by a pitch, and he struck out. He's 0 for 1. And Garcia deals. 8 is tough again from Garcia. Tough right-handed, but this is a 0-0, and we got a tough rare play. So let me see if I can dig out the rare play chart and see. We got a tough. Just bear with me. I can never find these rare play the right rare play chart that I need. I need a tough bases empty. Here's tough bases empty. Okay, so we're going to get another dice roll here, and we get a 97 on a tough bases empty. 97. So let's see what this thing says. Foul tip hits catcher in a tender spot. Check catcher for injury. We're going to skip that. Did they tell us what happens with the if catcher remains in game, remaining batters this inning roll on their tough section until the half inning ends, or there is a pitch change. The catcher is removed during the remaining batters. All right, we're just going to skip this. We're just going to say it was a foul tip, and we're going to re-roll because I don't want to do that. So we're just going to say generally I hate these rare plays, and that's a good example of why. We're just going to say that's a foul tip. Everyone's okay, and we're going to re-roll this at bat. So we got 1 out, nobody on, and Ramon Hernandez is going to get up off the floor, off the foul tip, and he's fine. Everyone's fine. The catcher's fine, and we're going to do another pitch. And here's a 9. There's an in-play right-handed. In-play right-handed 74, and that's an out. That's a fly to center. So there's 2 out, nobody on for Menachino. All right, let's pinch hit. Let's get a lefty. Want to go with maybe Myers or Valdez? Let's take a look. Let's see who we want to use here. They got to try and get something going here. Greg Myers against righties. He has power, but doesn't get on much. Let's take a look at. Do I got Valdez here too? Mario Valdez is a lefty. He against righties only had 41 ABs, hit 244. He has pretty good on base percentage. 367. Let's go with Valdez. Who else we got? McMillan is a possibility. Let me see McMillan. Do I have McMillan? Billy McMillan. He hit 280, 290, 315 on base. I think I'm going to go with Valdez. Valdez had a good on base percentage. Let's go with Mario Valdez. He's going to pinch hit for Menachino. Try and get something going here with 2 outs. Write him in the scorebook, pinch hitting. Then we're going to have to get a second baseman in the game. All right, Freddie Garcia, Valdez, here we go. Pinch hitter for Menachino. And a 7 is patient. Finally get a patient off Garcia, right-handed. And a 61 is going to be a base hit. So a pinch hit single for Valdez. And that is a soft blooper right over the second baseman's head in the right field. And with 2 out, the pinch hitter Valdez keeps this inning going with a base hit. He is not a stealer. Who am I going to put in to play second base? Because maybe they can run a little bit. Maybe I can pinch run. Let me see who I got for second base. Just bear with me a second. Not that familiar with the whole roster. Santangelo can play second. He's not much of a runner, though, so I might have to find someone who can run on the bench to pinch run. Let me go through this roster. Piat, he doesn't run. Man, they don't got any speed on the bench. McMillan, he doesn't run. Jennings, he doesn't run. Wow. Ron Gant, who I don't want to burn because I might want to pinch hit if I get a lefty pitcher. I don't got anybody who can run on this team. Damon, Chavez is in the lineup. Bellhorn is not a runner. He can come in and play second, but all right, we don't have any runners, so Valdez is going to run, and Damon is going to be up. Johnny Damon, who doubled for the first Oakland hit, is going to be up. Runner on first, 2 out. Valdez will stay. We're looking for 30 for a wild pitch here. It's hard to remember to look for these wild pitch numbers. I got to tell you, that's one thing with payoff pitch. It's a little hard to remember the wild pitch numbers, but we'll double check right away, and there's no wild pitch. All right, so 8 is tough, and that's going to be a strikeout. Tough right-handed, and a 1, and that is a strikeout of Johnny Damon. That is his, where are we? We're 7th strikeout of the game, and they strand Valdez. So we're going to go bottom 8, and we're going to have to put someone in at second base. We could just put Bellhorn in, I guess. Bellhorn. Alright, we'll put Bellhorn in. Who cares? Not going to worry about it. Put Bellhorn in at second base for Menachino, and we're going to go bottom 8 with Seattle holding on to this 1-0 lead. Both starters still in the game, pitching well. And we got Mulder, and we got Wilson leading it off for Seattle. So Dan Wilson will bat against Mulder here. Bottom 8 as they try and get some insurance for Garcia, who's going to try and complete this game in the top of the 9th inning. It's 1-0 Seattle. Wilson will bat against Mulder. And we got a 5 in play again off Mulder. Left-handed. This is an 81 though, and that is going to be an out. That's a fly to center. Wow, there has just not been a lot of offense in this game. Guillen will bat. They got a lead, so I'm not going to take anyone out. Guillen is going to bat against Mulder. He is 1 for 2. He singled and flied to right. And he actually hit pretty well against lefties anyway. 295 with 3 homers. So here we go. Mulder against Guillen, and we got a 6. That's patient left-handed. Patient left-handed 64, and that's just enough as he gets hit by a pitch. Guillen gets plunked. That's the second guy, I believe. No, Garcia hit a guy. Second guy in the game that's been hit. 1 for each side. So Guillen is now on at first. Again, he's not a big runner. 4 steals, 1 caught stealing. He's going to stay at first for Suzuki. We'll give Suzuki a chance to get a big hit here. Mulder lefty against Suzuki. Suzuki is 0 for 3, so he's due. He grounded to short, lined to short, and grounded to second. 1 out, runner on first. Seattle trying to get an insurance run. Mulder trying to keep them right where they are. And no wild pitch. We got an 8, and that's tough left-handed. And a 48 is just missing Suzuki's hit, which goes up to a 45. So now let's see if this is going to be a ground ball. 48, it is a grounder to the pitcher on a 48. So now we got to look at double plays. Grounder right back to Mulder on a 48. He is an 8 DP. Suzuki is a 5, so we're going to use Suzuki's 5, and we're going to re-roll the D6s. So we're using Suzuki's 5. You use the lower DP number, and we're going to roll it, and a 10, so that is just a fielder's choice. Let me just double check on the grounders, because I have not played this game in a while. It wasn't an 11 or a 12, so we don't have to worry about that, right? Because 11 and 12s are just outs at first, so a 10 is higher. When the 2d6 is equal to is higher, there are 2 exceptions. Let me just make sure we don't hit either one of those. There's a runner on second, and the ball hits a short or third. We don't have to worry about that. All right, so this is just going to be a fielder's choice, and just reading the ground ball chart. So that is Guillen out 1. Suzuki's left-handed, so I guess it would be 1-6. And Suzuki's going to be on a fielder's choice now. Suzuki can run a little bit. So now we got to try and get a lead. Ichiro Suzuki. Now this is his first time on base, and he is a 6+. I use the jump chart. I don't use the auto steal. So let me get the jump chart out. I use the optional jump chart. Now Suzuki's a 6+. Now the first with the pluses, the first time a guy gets on base, he actually goes up 1, and if it's a minus, he goes down 1. And this is Suzuki's first time on base, so he's going to be a 7 on the jump chart, and Mulder's hold is a 7. So I'm going to roll the percentile die. We got a 34 on a 7-7, and he is going to attempt. So he's going to attempt to steal. So now I got to get the steal chart. Give me a second to find it. I can never find the chart I need when I need it. Here we go. We got the steal chart. So now Suzuki's a B. And Wilson, well, I checked them before, but I forgot. Who's catching? Hernandez. Let me see what Hernandez's arm is, because I forgot. Hernandez's arm is a... Hernandez catching, his arm is a 3. So Suzuki's a B. So we got a B3. And on the chart, stealing second, a B3 is very good. Now we're going to roll all 4 die. If we get a 12 on the D6s, it's going to be a pick-off instead of a steal. Otherwise, we will go right to the steal chart for a B3. So here we go. No 12, no pick-off, and a 19 is going to be a caught stealing. He is caught stealing on a 19. A B3 stealing second. Caught is 13 to 26, and that's a 19. So that is going to end the inning, isn't it? No, that's the yeah, that's going to end the inning. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Caught stealing. Cameron was up, so that would be what, a 2? Cameron's right-handed, so that would be a 2-4. Second baseman cover. Oh no, the shortstop. Yeah, the second baseman would cover that. So that is the second out inning. There was 1 out and runner on first, so that's the no, it was 2 out because of the fielder's choice. So that is the end of the inning. Sorry. So that is the end of 8. Yeah, because they got Guillen at second for the force was the second out, and now Suzuki is caught stealing. So we're through 8 innings. Seattle is going to have to try and make this 1-0 lead stick as Ramon Hernandez guns down Suzuki, trying to steal second to get into scoring position. So we're going to go top 9. And we got Freddie Garcia. And he is going to be pitching to Jeremy Giambi. Everyone is going to bat here for Oakland, so we don't got to worry about pinch hitters. It's going to be Jeremy Giambi, Jason Giambi, and Jermaine Dye trying to get to Freddie Garcia. Top 9. Garcia's going to give him a chance to get this complete game shutout. Jeremy Giambi is 0 for 3. He struck out, flied to center, and flied to right. And here goes Garcia, who's given up 2 hits in this game. A double from Damon and a single from the pinch hitter Valdez. And that is it. He has walked a batter and hit a batter. And here we go. Top 9, 1-0. Freddie Garcia pitches 9 is in play, so he got it in play right-handed, and a 3 is going to be a double. Look at this, right off the bat in the top of the 9th inning, a double for Giambi. And let me just get the hit location chart out. Where is my hit location chart? Hold on 1 second, folks. And that is a 0. That is a drive down the line for Jeremy Giambi. So he doubles to right to lead off this inning. And he is in scoring position with a tying run. And that is going to bring up his brother, Jason. So runner on second, nobody out for Jason Giambi. Garcia's going to stay in there. Can't take him out now. I got to give him a chance. Runner on second, nobody out. Sasaki is loosening up in the bullpen. But Garcia's going to keep the ball. And Jason Giambi's going to be swinging here. He hit 27 homers against right-hand pitching. And here we go. We got a 11, and 11 is a ballpark. So now everything's happening to Freddie Garcia here in the 9th inning. 11 is ballpark, and 21 is probably going to be wheelhouse. I got to find the ballpark. I think it was on 187. Yeah, safe go. And obviously Giambi's a left-handed batter, and 21 does make wheelhouse at safe go. 1 to 30 for a left-hand batter is wheelhouse. 21 is wheelhouse. So here we go. I got to just find Giambi again. We are going to be rolling on Jason Giambi's wheelhouse for a right-handed pitcher. Oh boy, Freddie Garcia's in trouble. We're going to get a roll. And it is a 36, and Jason Giambi has just hit a 2-run home run. The Giambi brothers get to Garcia here in the top of the 9th inning, And it is a 2-1 Oakland lead over Seattle. A double from Jeremy, and then a home run from Jason. And just like that, it is 2-1 Oakland. Oh, Freddie Garcia, can't believe it. Pitched a beautiful ball game into the ninth inning. But here, Jason Giambi gets a hold of one, as he has done many times, and it's 2-1 Oakland. All right, Garcia's going to try and get himself together and get Jermaine Dye righty-righty. 7 is patient right-handed, and 21 is a walk, and that is probably going to be it for Garcia. Jermaine Dye walks, and Garcia, who was beautiful through 8, could not get anyone out here in the ninth, and he's going to come out. Chavez is coming up. Runner on first, nobody out, and we are going to probably go to Rhodes. Let me see, where's Rhodes? To face Chavez is Arthur Rhodes. Arthur Rhodes is going to come in to face Chavez. Garcia goes 8+. And now Rhodes is going to come in to face Chavez here in the top of the ninth with Dye on first, nobody out. It's now going to be lefty Rhodes. Rhodes is a wild pitch, 30-33, so we got to keep an eye on that. And it's not. So 5 is patient, though. Patient left-handed now. 51, and that is a hit by pitch. Just makes the hit by pitch. And Seattle pitchers cannot get anybody out here in the ninth inning. It's first and second, nobody out for Long. Terrence Long is a lefty batter. He hit 278, though, so he's going to stay in the game. It's first and second, nobody out. Rhodes going to pitch to Long. They're looking to turn 2. And here we go. Let's see, no wild pitch. 9 is tough left-handed. 21 is a strikeout, so he gets Long. So 1 out. First and second for Tejada. Oakland trying to add to their lead here as they get to Garcia, and now they're trying to get to Rhodes. First and second, 1 out. Miguel Tejada will bat. And here we go. Look out for the no wild pitch. 10 is a ballpark again. Here we go with ballpark again. 77 is probably going to be in play, though, but we got to check it. I know it's in play, but still always check these things out. Here's safe go. And we got a right-handed batter. 77 is in play. So we are going to be in play for Tejada. Where is Tejada? All right, so we're in play left-handed against Tejada, and we're going to have to get another number. In play, left-handed, Tejada 65, and that's too much. In play left-handed, 65 is going to be a grounder to second. So now we have to look at double plays, and it's a grounder to second, so it'll be traditional double play. He's a 7, but Rhodes is only a 4, so it's unlikely that's going to be a double play. Let's get another number. It is a 7, so that is going to just be a fielder's choice. And it's going to go, it was a grounder to second, so Chavez is out, and Dye is going to go to third. So it's going to be first and third, 2 out. They get to force it second, no double play. So there's 2 out, first and third, and that's going to bring up Hernandez. Hernandez will hit. Question is, are we going to let Rhodes pitch to Hernandez? What did Hernandez do against lefties? 245 homers. I'll let Rhodes try and get him out. First and third, 2 out. Rhodes had a good year that year, 8.0172. So we're going to let Rhodes try and get out of this inning. It's first and third, 2 out, 2 runs in. And we're just looking for those wild pitches. No, 10 is another ballpark. And 79 is going to be in play. We know 79 is in play now. I'm not going to check it. So ballpark, 79 is going to be another in-play left-handed result. We got to get another number. And we got an 86, and that's going to end the inning. So that's a grounder to short. So that ends the inning, but the Giambi brothers, Jeremy doubles, Jason homers, and Oakland takes a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the ninth inning. And now the question is, do we let Mulder try and finish? Who's up? It's going to be Cameron, Martinez, and Olerud. We could go to Isringhausen. Maybe we go to Isringhausen to save this. Where's Isringhausen? He was 2.65 ERA, and he saved a bunch of games. So we're gonna go to Isringhausen. Mulder gives him 8, and Isringhausen is going to try and save this now for Oakland. Seattle was leading this game the entire way, but 2 in the top of the ninth now puts him in a position where they're going to have to try and rally. Cameron leads it off for the Mariners. Let me get him up. It's going to be Isringhausen coming in. He doesn't have any supplemental strikeouts. He's got a 30-31 wild pitch. Cameron will bat. And he is 0 for 1 with 2 walks, and he scored the only run for Seattle. So here we go. Isringhausen's going to try and save it now. Dramatic 2 runs in the top of the ninth. Garcia can't believe he blew this game for them. And now it's up to the Mariner hitters to even it up again. And we're going to go Isringhausen to Cameron. And we get an 8. 8 is tough right-handed. Cameron, tough right-handed, 97. Oh, and he goes all the way up to 91 right-handed. But 97 is too much. That's going to be a fly to left. And there is 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. A's all of a sudden are 2 outs away from winning this game. And it did not look good all game for them. Edgar Martinez is going to bat. Martinez drove in the only run for Seattle. He's 1 for 3. Isringhausen deals. And we got a 6-6-12. That's defense. Oh, wow. We have not had a defense check this whole game. So now I got to get the defensive chart out. Hold on a second. See if I can actually find a chart for a change. And, of course, I can't. Where is that defense chart? Haven't had to use it. Here we go. Okay. So 12 is defense, and 17 is going to be range of the shortstop. So we're going to check the range of the shortstop. That is Tejada. So what is Tejada's range? We will find out. Tejada's range at short is a C. So we got to go back to the ballpark card. And we got a C range. So we're going to re-roll here. C range at Safeco. Let's get a new number. And we get a 56 on a C range, and that is an out. So let's just go back to the chart and look up 12 on the out. And out 12, shortstop, and yeah, oh, that's actually a line out to short. So Martinez hits it on the screws, but it's not enough as Tejada's able to get to it. And there are 2 outs and nobody on for John Olerud. So we got to go back to Isringhausen. And where was he? Isringhausen was here. And 2 out, nobody on. It's going to be Olerud as the last hope for Seattle. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom 9, Oakland dramatically leads it 2-1. Olerud is 0 for 3. He does have pop. He hit 18 homers against righties. And he has a chance against Isringhausen. Let's go and see what happens here. 1-2 is a 3 in a ballpark, but 79 is going to be in play. Even for a lefty, 79 is in play at Safeco. So we got an in-play 70, and we're going to have to re-roll in play for a right-handed pitcher now. And we got a 72 is too much, and that is going to be the ball game. He grounds to short. Isringhausen gets him 1-2-3 in the bottom of the ninth to save it. A dramatic win for Oakland on the 2-run homer by Jason Giambi. Garcia has to take the loss. A tough loss for Garcia, who pitched great. Mulder does benefit from those 2 top of the ninth runs for the win. And Isringhausen gets the save as he gets him 1-2-3 in the bottom of the ninth. So a dramatic win for Oakland, 2-1. They only had 4 hits, I believe, in the whole game, but they were able to put 2 back-to-back, double from Jeremy, homer from Jason, and that's enough to win this game. 2-1 Oakland, and that is it here from Safeco Field. Thanks for watching.